There's nobody here. Normally I set up like a thing that says it's going to be like in, like be in 15 minutes or whatever, but I forgot. So, hey Samurai, I hit the wrong button and forgot to do, where it says it'll be live in a few minutes, so I just hit go live because that was my only option. So I'm still kind of working on stuff. Setting the screen up, I mean, normally I do that before. All right, let's see. I just need to add a couple clips to the stage. It'll just take me a minute. I'm assuming you can hear me since you are answering me. So at least it sounds good. Sounds working. I swear the devil is messing with me. My email is all messed up. Or not my email, my pictures, my picture thing. He's trying to make it harder for me to do my YouTube channel. He's always doing that. Alright, I got the videos. And then I share the screen for the Demons episode that she played today. Yep. So, when I was watching Artie earlier, Candace is resurrecting the SD card nonsense. And I have clips because I did a video on that a few months ago, a while ago. So, I didn't listen to everything she had to say about the SD cards today. Where's the screen? Okay. Where is my camera? I can't even tell. Yeah, see, it's like halfway. What the hell is it doing? There we go. This one? Yeah, okay. There we go. Woman. Vile demon. Let me check you guys over in chat. Okay, let's see. I play. You know, this woman had the nerve
That back footage, I don't.
That she is Arya Stark. Ooh, that made me mad. I'm trying to get to the kid where she shows more stuff about Carol. And she has a video of him doing something. Because we don't want to have to listen to her any more than possible.
Hey, did you know?
Of course.
Did you know you could create an entire animated series with just
what he did with it, and he pocketed it before. Also, what right would the federal government or responding officers in Utah have to your personal property outside of a warrant? Right? Everyone was posting clips from their phones. Everyone was recording that day. That's actually how we all watched Charlie's final moments, right? People were recording it. A police officer can't just go up to you and say, your phone is now in the purview of law enforcement. They can certainly ask you to share the footage willingly, and you can and should comply with.
What she just said, like, completely debunks her whole claim on the SD card. The SD card is the property of Carol until the authorities have a warrant to take it. Oh my God, she's just an idiot.
That, if it's helpful to find a criminal, I know I would. I'd say, like, yeah, here you go. How can I help? I want to help solve this. They can't demand it without a warrant, right? Am I missing something here? Anyway, yesterday we showed you that Terrell pocketed that SD card. We were all wondering what he did with it, and he pocketed it before he began texting on his phone, his mannerisms, or he's looking around. It's hard to forget that he is the first one who declared Charlie is dead. And then all of that within 4 minutes, he's taken that footage down, 4 to 5 minutes. He's around the bend, got it in his pocket, texting. Well, today we can share with you my very own October surprise. I call it an October surprise because I've had it since October. I've been interested in Terrell since October. Well, since September, when I spoke to him, and it just felt off. Intuition. And like I said, there were good guys in government working behind the scenes. And what I learned is that after he pocketed that, he then pretty immediately opened up his laptop. And apparently, in my opinion, that's what I observed with my eyes, sticks the SD card in. For what reason, I don't know. But I'll let you make up your own mind. Take a look. You're listening to this on audio. Here is Terrell. He's bending down and he's opening his laptop, and he's certainly sticking something into his laptop as he turns on to his computer. He's reaching in his phone. He's texting with.
Okay, now, can we tell for certainty what that thing is in his hand? All I see is a black little rectangle. Okay, that's the logic that they use when they're looking at the video of Tyler Robinson on the roof. Both times, when he's in the prone position, when he's running off the roof, they say that's not a gun, that's a black speck, or a black thing, or a black whatever. But for some reason, when it's her evidence and she's presenting it, this thing is definitely for sure 100% a phone, when, like, most likely it is, but you cannot 100% for sure say that is a phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, her double standard, it's the hypocrisy that gets me with her.
Somebody, and yes, some people might be noting that Lane Schoenberger's on the side washing his hands. That makes sense. Don't think too hard about it. He did help carry Charlie into the car, so he's likely just getting blood off of his hands, as any person would after that. But you see Terrell, and again, he's texting. He picks up the laptop, and what happens thereafter is he sits facing the other direction and continues onto his laptop, doing what I don't know. I don't know.
Look at the face. Look at the face.
What do you guys think?
And she's just
Like I
sitting
said,
there.
he's first to declare that Charlie is dead because he says he was right there. He just saw, and that was likely going.
Okay, that's enough for her anyway. But that selfie, or it wasn't even a selfie video. It was a video. You guys remember that video he made of himself, and he was like up against the wall, and he's breathing really heavy. He's freaking out because he was just next to Charlie, who got shot. He never posted that publicly. She did. Like, he sent that to her. But when I did Cameragate back in, like, I don't remember when I did it, but it was months ago. She originally started the SD card crap.
That's what many people have been emailing me constantly, asking me, Candace, you gotta look into this, you gotta look into this, look at these two strange men. We're gonna refer to this as Cameragate. It's Cameragate.
Yes, she's the one who coined the term Cameragate and turned it into a big deal. And listen to how she frames this. A suspicious individual who removed the SD cards and blah, 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 just to at the end, she's going to say she knows who it is.
And I want to say this, shout out to all of the internet sleuths, the TikTokers, the YouTubers, those of you who are not playing around and you noticed this, because I did not in the beginning. But yes, as I said, there's an individual who is at first, in the moment just after the shooting, he's like up on the rocks near the car that Charlie gets taken away in while he's being carried away. Let's take a look at that footage actually first. So let's look at that footage. And don't worry, there's no gore in this episode. Difficult for me to even look at that sort of footage. Take a look. You can see Charlie's there. And one of you guys caught this. You probably didn't even see it there. And we can get in a little closer. Do you guys have it slow it down, or do you guys just want to circle here? Okay. Right there. Right there. An individual standing there. Again, I am just amazed at internet sleuths, as I was like, wow, that is very strange. That person appears to be calmly talking into their phone. It's like a circus around them. What's he doing? Who's he speaking to?
But the mic is on.
Then, just a couple of minutes afterward, that same individual appears alongside another individual, and he moves Charlie's chair. Like, that's a crime scene. That's not good. And he moves it because he wants to stand on it as he takes down the cameras, or the camera rather, that is just above Charlie's head. That's the camera that I'm talking about on the right-hand side. That's a camera that I'm referring to. And we are going to now take a look at him. And he is also the individual, as many of you pointed out, that was near Charlie, or just before the assassination. But let's check out that footage of him in the immediate aftermath, kind of switching around the cameras, the two of them. Take a look.
Hey, Gil. I didn't see you and Francisca.
Safety team is here. I just heard them say the active shooter, Charlie Kirk, has been shot.
If you guys are still here.
The security detail just said.
It was like super last minute, and then I screwed it up and didn't even give anybody any notice.
Don't worry, guys. We're going to get closer. This is just a wide shot so you can see what's going on here, and then we'll get a bit closer. I know you guys have pulled apart this footage a million ways, and thank you for that. And here's the closer version of that.
But the point of this is September 19th, okay? We are seriously going on a year, like legit. Like 1 month, it'll be a year. She was talking about Carol and the SD card, and this is the footage she was showing a year ago. Now, I just showed you what she showed on her show today, which she said she's had since October of last year, but she didn't show it until today. Why? There was nothing in that footage that, it's just her. The whole point of this is just to show that she's just recycling and regurgitating nonsense. The whole SD card story from the beginning was a nonsense. Out of her own mouth, right before she goes into the story about Carol, she says that if it's your property, the authorities don't have any right to it unless they get a warrant. So that would apply to Carol's SD cards as well. Because she debunks herself.
See, slow down here. He pulls out the chair. He stands on it. And yes, that would be a big no-no for a crime scene. You don't move anything. He takes
It's not a crime scene yet.
That is directly
It's not a crime scene until it's made a crime
Charlie
scene.
was sitting and would be able to provide, therefore, a lot of insight. And then you can see he kind of sits the camera onto the desk, and it looks like he removes the SIM card from it, or the SD card, if you will, which we're watching right here.
Feeling with these little boxes. Yeah, we've heard enough of that clip. And then in December, she comes back.
Point is that I hit college campuses
For
with Charlie
October,
Kirk
I mean. In October, she comes back with the SD card again. But this is when she's all pissy because Carol won't send it to her.
I don't believe that there is a single living, breathing person who has spoken at more college campuses alongside Charlie Kirk than me. So I knew that things were weird when I saw first and foremost, the camera guy, the one who takes down the camera. Seeing him lingering alongside Charlie at the event flagged me as weird immediately. Okay? That's why I reached out when people saw him taking down the camera. I said, what is this? Why are you here?
Okay, so let's just... I'm not real quick at doing this, but let's just really quick, let's take her down.
I've been working with Terrell since I first started Turning Point. When he first started, I have done probably 20 or 30 events with Terrell. When I was going on tour for the last 2 years on all these college campuses, many of them Terrell was there.
IFB.
And Terrell set up the tent. He put on my lapel mic. He monitored the cameras. And he endured for 3 hours every time, listening to people that say the craziest things you could ever think you can hear of. He did the same thing with Charlie. Terrell is a good dude. And they now are using him to make money and get you all riled up. Terrell never released this video publicly. That was his own personal video that he decided to make when the rubber hit the road.
Which sound is it? Is it like me talking, like the microphone? Because I didn't really do a good test on that. My voice also sounds like crap, too. Hold on, I'm going to... There. I might have fixed my own voice, okay, a little bit. Does it sound any better now? I moved the mic closer to me. It was kind of far away. Because the mic, if it's up too loud, it picks up everything. Yes, it is. It's ghetto. It's a $28 microphone. But this microphone, which isn't a good thing, it picks up all the background noise. Okay, so it's better. I mean, like, I don't sound like a robot or anything, right? Like that, I hope. Hey, I got this one. Like, yeah, let me see. Where's the camera? I mean, it's got this stupid, like, light, like, for gaming. But on Amazon, it was, like, $28. Like, pretty much everything I have, I didn't really spend more than, like, $20 to $30 on it. So it is possible to run a shoestring budget YouTube channel.
His friend died in front of him. And one of the things that came to his mind was probably recording his last recording ever, because he don't know if somebody's going to come and do a rampage. Everybody's running. There's shots fired. We don't know if there's multiple assailants. And Terrell decided to do this. Terrell will never portray Charlie Kirk. I will put my life on Terrell. I can't name these other people. I don't know. If I don't know.
But the whole point of this
I've done
was this.
probably 20 or 30 events with Terrell. When I was going on tour for the last 2 years on all these college campuses, many of them, Terrell was there. And Terrell set up the tent. He put on my lapel mic. He monitored the cameras. And he endured for 3 hours.
Yeah, so basically Officer Tatum, who we know did the tours with Charlie the last 2 years, he is saying that Terrell was there pretty much every single time, and he set up the audio, he set up the tent, and everything. And you have Candace, who is like, who is this strange man? Why is he here?
Why are you standing next to Charlie? I've never, at
Right here.
any college event ever in 6 years, had that man standing next to me at an event, okay?
Okay.
Sometimes he wasn't even
so
there. Other times, of course, when you are in AV.
Candace is talking about in 6 years she never saw Terrell. But we know that Candace is kind of flubbing the facts there, because she wasn't with Turning Point for 6 years. She was an employee for like 18 months. And then after that, she did, she did some speaking events with them. But in 2024, she only did one event. And in 2025, she did none. So basically, in the last 2 years, she has no idea what was going on. But Officer Tatum does, and like he just said, Terrell was always there. So it completely debunked her when she said this October 27th of last year, when she tried to make it seem odd that Terrell was either, just the fact that Terrell was there, she tried to make that seem odd, when it really wasn't odd at all.
Your job is to be somewhere quiet. Your job is to have on like headphones to make sure the audio is good. Maybe the idea that they're miking, the person running a company is miking you up, is completely absurd.
What did Officer Tatum say in the clip we just watched? Terrell put on his lapel mic. If I could flip him back and forth really easy, I would just keep flipping him, just because he's totally debunking her. And I know a lot of people gave Tatum a bunch of crap because they thought he wasn't going against Candace hard enough, but he does, if you pay attention, he does totally debunk the crap out of what she says.
I like it. It felt new to me. You know what, when I called
It felt
him,
new to me.
things got pretty weird. He acknowledged that a lot of new stuff was happening on that day, and I inquired to him immediately about the subtle changes that I recognized. And the thing that struck me as wrong was that he lied to me. I don't know why he was lying to me, but a lot of the things that he said didn't make sense. And I'm going to speak more thoroughly about what it was that he said, because obviously I recorded the phone call. I, of course, asked him why he took down the cameras so quickly. I asked him to, first and foremost, simply show me the footage, because that's all I wanted to do. I'm thinking again, we're all going to get the band back together and solve this murder. And he got weird.
And there it is right there. That we're all going to get the band back together and solve this murder. Well, for one, PPUSA isn't an investigator, and neither are you, and that's what this is all about. Partially.
Got really weird. I said, I just want to like see the footage so I can debunk. I know that you don't want to put more footage out there. That's fine, but like just show me the footage so I can debunk all these internet conspiracies that you were hiding something. I was not suspicious of Turning Point at all, actually, when I called. And I asked him again, like, what's the reason? What's the reason for taking down the cameras quickly? Why hasn't the footage been released? Let me see it. And he told me that he had spoken only to Erica and the feds that he had regarding the footage, that is. He specifically told me that, as I said earlier, that he had secured that footage because he wanted to prevent Erica, as I told you, from having to relive that moment. And that made entirely no sense to me. I told you guys, because we all can watch Charlie Kirk be murdered over and over and over and over and over again. So how are you sparing?
So, what happened, like, over on Nick's channel? Like, I haven't gotten a chance to watch it. Should I pull up his show? Because I can. I can pull up his. Was he acting, like, strange? Like, should I see it? Is there, you know, it's kind of mostly, I mean, she goes in on her show, she goes in on Terrell a little bit more, calling him a liar and stuff on her show, which is why I pulled the old clips. But let me know if you want, like, I could do
any
that.
emotions here by taking down the back footage. And then it made even less sense to me and appeared to me as a lie once I saw the footage on FaceTime, when I realized that there was no blood on Charlie. So it was the least traumatizing footage of all. Why be so secretive about it? He then told me that he needed to speak with Turning Point lawyers first to see about releasing the footage. I said, okay, fine. I let him take a couple of days off, and then we got back on the phone. And I said, look, that's kind of a BS excuse too, because you run your own company and the footage is owned by you. He then said, okay, yeah, I do own the footage. I just wanted, just coordinate, check, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, see, he owned the footage, which she said in her own show today that, hey, Mackenzie, that the feds, the cops, the whoever's, they don't have the right to your belongings until they obtain a warrant. But for some reason, Terrell securing the SD cards, which are his property, was bad. And Gil's a lawyer, right? Like, Terrell was the audio video guy who was subcontracted by Turning Point. So the SD cards are his property up until, I mean, I believe he handed them over willingly. That's what was said. They didn't have to go get a warrant. But, I mean, up until the cops say, like, that's evidence we need it, it was Terrell's property. Those SD cards and that footage was Terrell's property, and whatever arrangement he had with Turning Point, like, I'm sure Turning Point had some right to the footage too.
Kind of a lie number 2-ish. Then he said something that really bothered me. He said, I don't know how to send the footage. Like, the file was too large. Oh,
think he just said that because he didn't want to send her the footage. And I don't know why she cried so hard about it, because she screen recorded it because that's the footage of Charlie. What she's whining about is the footage of Charlie from the back. He had already shared it with her over a Zoom call, which she screen recorded, because she then later showed it to us, remember? Where she played Charlie getting shot over and over and over again in slow motion for 8 minutes and 42 seconds. Wall, might I add, she stares at it with like no emotion whatsoever. Yeah, that's the footage that she's running her mouth about. So why did he need to send it anyway? Because she already had it.
Oh, I was born yesterday. So you run an entire AV company and you don't know how to send footage. That didn't smell right to me. It got even more bizarre. He told me, and this is when I was extremely uncomfortable. He said, after I offered, you can just use WeTransfer. He said, I don't want to just send the footage over the internet that's behind Charlie's head, because I'm worried that Google might hack me. I swear on everything I love, that's what he told me. He was afraid that Google was going to hack him. So at this moment, I got a little bit
unheard of.
I looked at my team and I started snapping across the table, and I was like, I said to them, literally, guilty of something. I don't know. This is weird. What a stupid lie.
No, it's actually weird is that you had him on the phone and then had your whole team listening in, and he didn't even know. That's actually more creepy. Yeah, Feastar, exactly. She can't take a hint. Like, if I call somebody and I'm like, hey, can you send me something? And they give me, like, a crazy excuse, like, oh, I don't know how to send the file. It's too big. I'm going to get the gist that they don't want to send it to me. But only the narcissist Candace Owens is going to be like, turn it into, she goes on, like, the clip that I made, I think is like, I don't know, I can't remember how long it is, and there's no timestamp on this one. But she turned it into an entire segment of content on her show in October of last year. And that's what I mean. Like, the first time she brought it up was September 19th. That's when he was suspicious for removing the SD cards. Then in October, on the 27th, it was about that he wouldn't send her the footage. And on her show today, she is bringing it up again. Because she go into, like, that Carol lied to her about what she was just talking about in October of last year.
To be the conclusion, okay, I accept that. He then immediately processes that or goes to grab SD cards, one SD card, puts it into his pocket, races to his laptop. This is all happening within 10 minutes of Charlie getting hit. 10 minutes of Charlie getting hit, according to my source in government, which I trust. I trust this person. I've trusted this person for a while.
Yep. Another anonymous source.
Any of that feel
we
normal
can't
to you?
verify. Filming
Yourself, running, securing, particularly at first,
So, again, does any of that feel right to you? That's not how you run an investigation. Cops or detectives, FBI agents, they are not in their offices talking about this. Okay, yeah, there is instinct. when you're doing an investigation. But they're not like, does this feel right? Like,
SD card from behind Charlie's head, looking both ways, putting it in your pocket, grabbing your laptop, and allegedly, maybe it looks to be like putting that SD card into that laptop. Why? You've secured it. We were told from Andrew he was doing this because people can be evil. Okay? Why do you need to get it on your laptop?
first of all, we never actually saw him. We don't see him put it in his laptop. And it's also funny that she can make out all of that in this video, but with the Tyler Robinson videos, she's completely blind. She can't see anything. And she's saying this is 10 minutes after Charlie was shot. I'm trying to think, like, obviously I've never been to UVU, but there's the bike rack up on the top. I'm just trying to figure, this area must be like behind where the tent was.
On audio, here is Terrell. He's bending down and he's opening his laptop, and he's certainly sticking something into his laptop
like
as he turns on to his computer. He's reaching in his phone. He's texting with somebody. And yes, some people might be noting that Lane Schoenberger's on the side washing his hands. That makes sense. Don't think too hard about it. He did help carry Charlie into the car, so he's likely just getting blood off of his hands, as any person would after that. You see Terrell, and again, he's texting. He picks up the laptop, and
he definitely didn't edit it or anything. He was probably just checking to see. I mean, who knows what he's doing? We could speculate all day long about what he was doing, but he definitely didn't sit there right there and edit the footage. And the footage, like I said, she already had it anyway. So this video right here, she sat on for a year and just decided to drop it today, just to drag Terrell some more, because he didn't get enough last year in September and October with the death threats and the people coming to his house and all of that, you know, because she blasted him all over her show. Because if not for Candace, nobody would know who Terrell Farnsworth is, or, you know, that he suspiciously removed the SD cards, you know. That's all, the whole SD card thing is the Cameragate thing is something Candace created, which made Terrell's life pretty bad. I mean, he actually contacted her talking about, like, he doesn't have security because he was getting threats and everything, and she just wouldn't leave it alone. So, I don't know. I think
it's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside.
I love that.
First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you're
transparency. Now, were I Andrew Colvett, I would be upset that Terrell perhaps misrepresented his aims. I'd also would maybe like to know why he appears to be so nervous, who he's texting.
Why does Terrell seem so nervous? She just said that it was 10 minutes after Charlie got shot. Is she serious? I mean, have you ever, I mean, probably most of us, thank God, haven't been through that. But I would imagine if you're standing feet away from somebody, not just somebody that you know, somebody that you care about, you just watch them die. I would imagine that 10 minutes later, you still have some nerves going on. Yes, exactly. Two-star trauma. I don't think that, hey, Mama, I don't think that this woman has ever experienced trauma in any kind of way, because the way that she just so easily and callously judges the actions of everybody around Charlie, like right after it happened, it's like, have you ever been through anything where where your fight or flight or freeze actually had to kick in? Because I have. And depending on the situation, you react differently, and it stays with you. I'm sure the people who were there that saw Charlie get shot probably are still having nightmares about it. But she can, twist it. Carol, 10 minutes later, is nervously getting his laptop. Of course he looks nervous. He just watched somebody get shot. I mean, come on. I mean, I just don't even understand how people are still, because listening to her, I mean, because this is like today's episode. And then the clips I showed you are from like last year. It's just like literally just recycling the same shit. It's like, what are...
He keeps doing this with, it's just a lot of texting in between. We can't infer. Well, we can under Utah 1102. We can infer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's wrong about that. I heard some lawyers talking, but...
You could say, like, is somebody telling him what to do? Grab that camera, do this, upload it. We can ask questions. Is Andrew Colvett going to ask questions? Nah.
How do you know Andrew Colvett hasn't already asked questions? Carol works for them. I'm sure they've already talked.
I'm going to imagine, Aaron, that Andrew won't be too bothered by it at all. He's going to instead issue another round of attacks on me.
Oh, for God's sake. Nobody is coordinated to attack you, Candace. People just do it because they're tired of you.
That's my guess. But the reality is that we were told that there was nothing special about the camera behind Charlie's head. And I would argue that there clearly was. So special, in fact, that I'm now going to demonstrate to you something that I didn't catch earlier.
Uh-oh.
Terrell actually steps over the camera, which was designated to capture the crowd. The camera that was being operated behind Charlie, that's kind of on that little turntable, if you will. He steps over that camera to get to the camera behind Charlie's head. Again, I hadn't realized this before. So remember, we had showed you this camera diagram just to give you a visual here.
Oh,
here it is again.
Diagram.
So we have red, camera behind his head, and yellow. I want to point that one out. That camera, the yellow one, is going...
Literally the same footage she showed last year, just with different circles.
To fall. Pay attention to it. It goes down, actually, right after Charlie is taken away. It sort of just gets knocked. And again, according to Terrell's 1102 statement, we know that that's filming the audience, in particular, the individuals that are asking questions. So it's going to fall to the ground. I'll show you that right now.
Oh, Lord.
It might be again because it seems to be on a rotator. Bam. Okay. So it's just under now. It's just under the footage behind Charlie's head. So when Terrell appears approximately 3 minutes later to...
Let's check out that awesome footage again.
That are asking questions. So it's going to fall to the ground. I'll show you that right now.
All right. All right, because the camera that was behind Charlie's head is like I think it's about like around the R and the O of prove me. Well, it's just prove me wrong. I think that camera she's talking about. So when this one falls over, you know what, we can compare it. We can compare it because I have the clip sitting there of when he moves the chair. We'll see if he actually stepped over the
It might
camera.
be again because it seems to be on a rotator. Bam. Okay, so it's just under now. It's just under the footage behind Charlie's head. So when Terrell appears approximately 3 minutes later to take the SD card from the camera behind Charlie's head, he steps over it. Steps over the yellow camera. And therefore he is stepping over its encompassed SD card. And then he disappears behind the tent. Take a look at that. It's on the floor. It's right there.
It would be the ground.
When
you're outside, it's the ground, not the floor.
See him take the camera down?
Over it. It's next to it.
He just steps right over it.
Yeah.
So if Andrew's narrative, which was shared, is that he was concerned about grabbing the SD cards.
For one, Terrell was not the only camera guy there that day. There was another camera guy there who Gary had on his show last year or in the very beginning of this year, but I think it was last year. There was another camera guy there. Excuse me. So I don't even know if Terrell was responsible for that camera. Terrell had cameras. The other guy had cameras. Terrell secured the SD cards from his cameras, the ones that he was in charge of. If he would have went into the other guy's camera, that wouldn't have been cool. Because I know for sure, for certainty, that there was another cameraman there who had cameras set up because he also had the SD cards, and him and Terrell were both in a room waiting for the authorities after Charlie was shot so they could hand over the footage. So I don't know what this big bombshell is, and you would have to know who exactly was operating that camera and whose camera that was. You can't just blame it on Terrell. Poor Terrell. I feel bad for Terrell.
Why did we step over and leave that one and take the one behind his head, which certainly wasn't facing the Losey Center? Why not just grab them both? Right there. Boom, boom. Worried about people stealing particularly these SD cards? Okay. Grab them both back to back. Grab all three right in that moment.
Not if it's not your camera. Now, because like I said, you can't just go grab other people's cameras. That dude who was on Gary's show, I don't see him in any of this footage. So it might have been one of his cameras.
Didn't do that. I feel these are fair questions. And for clarity, because it can be all are clear answers from the organization that Charlie built. Okay. We are not asking for people to be harassed, even though they are seeding the narrative and asking their media friends to put articles like I'm some digital assassin for sharing the truth, which
she basically just said, she talks really fast, but she basically just threw out the accusation that Turning Point is feeding the media to talk about her.
They claim to want. No, we don't want anybody to get hurt. We just want you guys to be honest. I also want to say this. Public lies, or let's assume they aren't lies, actually. Let's say they are just honest mistakes with no ill intent. They still need to be addressed publicly. They deserve to be treated with the same public attention.
Right, sure. But what lies is she talking about? Like, from what she just showed us and the new information she brought us, what lies do they need to address? I mean, the SD card stuff has been going on for like a year. So what's new that we need to know? And I went, because obviously I did not watch this whole episode by myself. I skipped to the end. If you weren't sure she lost the debate the day of the debate, her actions since the debate have pretty much made her look like the sore loser. Because yesterday she was completely spinning and trashing Andrew's team, even though they were very nice to her. And look at this lovely cartoon that
But
she
instead
played.
of telling
not
you
this
about how
one.
amazing Toonby really is, why don't I just show you? Let's say you
Say about that. I do want to show.
She shows this cartoon that makes Andrew look like a total asshole. I've watched a couple of Andrew's live since the debate. As far as I know, I may be wrong, let me know. I don't think Andrew has put out anything making Candace look like an ass. But this was made by somebody else, and Candace decided to feature it on her show.
Show you before we go to break. This Where Forbidden account is just making me laugh so much. We just have to let you see what they dropped, which obviously is a play on The Matrix. Take a listen.
This is your last chance.
Look at her face. Watch
After
her
this,
face. Like,
there is no turning back.
You can go full so they can see this.
You take the blue pill and you can just keep saying, so what? You take the red pill. You learn everything about the Tyler Robinson case.
So what? So what? So what? So what? Positive evidence? So what? So what? When? Appeal to emotion? So what? Burden of proof? So what? So what? So what? So what? Appeal to emotion? So what? Burden of proof? So what? Positive evidence? Positive evidence? Positive evidence? Positive evidence? So what? So what? So what? Appeal to emotion? What? So what?
Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop!
Just fantastic work coming from Where Forbidden. Unbelievable talent. I just absolutely love it. I'm laughing so hard at all of these, so I just need to share it and just give him full credit. Again, that is at Where Forbidden on X.
Yeah, we don't give a shit. Now, I watched that. I mean, if it was funny, I would have laughed regardless. Because comedy is comedy. It doesn't matter who they're making fun of. If it's funny, it's funny. And if it's shit, it's shit. And yeah, that was shit. That was just crap. That it wasn't funny at all. Where Forbidden? Like wear clothes, I think. I mean, that's how she has it spelled. In the captions, it's spelled like, where are you? But in her show title, it's spelled like wear, like as in wearing clothes. So I'm not sure. But either way, it's Where Forbidden. They made that AI cartoon. And to me, it's just stupid. And it has him turning into Erica Kirk, which just builds upon the lie and the bullshit that she's been putting out, saying that Andrew was there on behalf. See, that is why she wanted Turning Point to claim their horse, to claim Andrew, because she wanted to say that Andrew was definitely working on behalf of TPUSA, when that just wasn't the case. Andrew wanted that debate before he even went and did that debate class for TPUSA. So Andrew did not go in to TPUSA headquarters and get like brain snatched and whatever she's trying to say. It's just ridiculous. But that was what I picked up on just a little bit from what I saw when I was watching Artie cover her show earlier, that she was resurrecting Cameragate, and I knew I already had some clips because I already made a video about it. So, and to me, if you won the debate, if you really felt like you won that debate, why do you have to show clips trying to make Andrew look like an asshole? That's just like, yeah, it's just like being a poor sport and being evil. So, yeah, Josh Carr's awesome. I don't get to watch him like a ton, but he's definitely on my list of people that I watch. You know what's really sad is that stupid AI thing that she showed. The views on it are probably ridiculous. Oh yeah, Candace, she is one of the elites. It's funny how she sits there in her little studio. And you know that little clock thing behind her? This thing right here? If that's actually gold, which it looks like it is, that is a $200,000 knickknack or more. It's some kind of like Catholic clock or something. I can't remember the exact name of it, but somebody looked it up and they are like ridiculous expensive. But yeah, I mean, it's just her recycling nonsense, coping, and lying as usual. Which is what I do mostly so far, is expose lies. And since I've started my channel, Candace has been the biggest liar, and she puts out more lies than anybody can keep up with on their own. So, do you like the Ami where he played like all three parts? Like he played like Candace and Andrew and yeah, I saw, if that's the one you're talking about, I did see that on yeah, I saw that one on LLC. That was good. I should have pulled like an Ami clip or something funny. Maybe I can't. Let's see. Oops, I did it in Google, not on YouTube. I need to go back to YouTube. Yeah, we want to search on YouTube. Ami Kozak, Candace Owens, maybe. Oh, here we go. I got it. So, okay. I got the Ami debate. I should find how to add it to the screen. Oh, because I pulled it down. Way to go. What the hell has it done? Somehow I lost the chat. I can't see the chat anymore.
I love that. I think it's really important to have these conversations. So, Andrew, thank you for taking the time to be here. And Candace, thank you for agreeing to accept the $300,000 it took you to be here. I love that. So, Andrew, let's start with you. What's your question for Candace?
Okay, so my question is, do you have any positive evidence that Israel or Erica Kirk or anyone at Turning Point USA was involved in the murder of Charlie Kirk? I don't understand the question. I don't really know what you're asking, actually. If all you were disputing was that the evidence for the case against Tyler Robinson was not sufficient, I would be the last person to be challenging you. That's not why we're having this conversation. You have made claims asserting that you are 100% convinced that Erica Kirk is somehow complicit in Charlie Kirk's murder. I actually never said that. I have said what I feel, and I've said what I believe that I feel, that I know that I feel, and that's what I've said, and I'm not going to change what I believe and what I feel and what I know. But I've never actually said that. You're literally putting words in my mouth that I have not said. So what did you say? I look, I'm not going to play this like game with you where you just like demand that I say things a certain way. You didn't say that? Okay, I don't know what this game is that you're playing, but like I've literally never said that Erica Kirk or Israel is complicit or involved. I mean, I've said that I feel that they are certainly responsible in some way. I've said that they are definitely complicit, but I never said they're actually complicit. I've never said they're complicit. I've said they're definitely complicit, or that they might be, or that I feel that they may be, but I've never said they're complicit. Okay, so you didn't say she was complicit. You said she was definitely complicit? I literally never said that. Because what you're saying is actually making my point stronger, not weaker. It's just like you can do this whole routine, okay, of like asking me questions and interrogating me like we're in court, like I'm on the stand, like you're my daddy, like I'm your bitch. I'm not going to play that game, okay? But I've never said those exact words. And I do have full confidence, and I stand by that I have full confidence, that I have 100% certainty that I know that I feel that. But I've never said that. What I'm saying is that I find it very convincing that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. And if you're saying you don't find that convincing, that's fine. But you're making other claims outside of that. Claims that you have to back up. It's literally not a claim. That's my opinion. So your claims are baseless, basically. And you're just leading a cult. I mean, it's literally not baseless because it's based on what I think and what I feel and what I know, and you're not going to control that. You can't tell me I'm not allowed to think and feel and believe what I think and feel. So you think that Israel was involved? I've not said that they were involved. I've literally never said they were actually involved. I said they were probably connected and responsible in some way. Wait, hang on. You've literally said that thousands of times. I have not said 1,000 times that Israel was involved. You're just making up that number. You're just making up that number. Why don't you bring up my episodes? We can go back and count. You will not find 1,000. You're just making up numbers. This is how humans talk. It wasn't exactly 1,000. If you're going to say a number like 1,000, you should be able to back that up.
Hey, Rob, how many people we have watching this?
A couple 100,000 live.
Hundreds of thousands?
Yeah.
Great.
I'm not going to get into this whole back and forth game you're trying to play where you're just like asking me questions that you feel I have to answer. I don't have to do anything. I'm sorry. I'm not your slave. Okay. I'm not doing anything. This is a debate. And I'm using intuition, and I'm inferring that things don't feel right. Things don't look right, and they never did look right. And I'm not going to just because you demand it that I give you answers, I'm not going to give you those answers and get myself into some legal trouble. It's obviously beyond what I'm capable of doing, and I've never made those kind of claims. And so I've said what I feel, and I feel what I said, and I said what I feel, and combine those two and you get seal. Kiss from a rose on the grave. Which grave? Charlie Kirk's. What? And I'm sorry, there's just something that doesn't add up about this story. You have 12 Israeli cell phones that day. You have Fort Huachuca. You have the surveillance footage. You have Tyler Robinson escaping with a limp, hiding under a tree where his rifle is, under that tree, going to a steakhouse, leaving a receipt. My source has the receipt. Who is it? Joe Kent? Maybe. I don't know. And then maybe scat. Did you just scat? I'm a scat man. Skimmy-dim-dim dum-dum-dum. A dum-dum-dum. Skimmy-dim-dim dum-dum-dum. Speed-up-up-up-up. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Okay. I don't know what else I can say. So you're just not standing by anything you've said.
Okay, I want to get back to that, but before we do, can we take a quick break? I want to talk about shoes.
Okay, sure.
I love free speech.
Omi's so funny. Alright, go away. Oh, crap, I'm on the wrong screen. Shush. Just stop. Alright, well, that was pretty much everything.
What's
I
going
had.
on, everybody? Welcome back to
It's just playing
Ami's
Ami.
house.
You just watch Ami tonight.
All right. Join up in the comments section. Let me know your thoughts in this week's episode. We're gonna
I love Ami. He's funny and intelligent and good looking. I believe he's married, so she's a lucky lady. But before Ami started playing over again, well, not over again, you know what I mean, like his new episode, I pretty much went over everything I had, pulled aside for this, and it's late, and we hit an hour. We're over an hour. We're at an hour and 6 minutes, so we can end this, and you guys can go to bed, and I will do a live another day on another topic. And Gil and I, Whole Truth, we are going to do a live together one day. We are just working on scheduling that. I mean, if you guys are, yep, no problem. But I know some of you guys want to get to bed, and I'm getting a, I don't know if PBD lost followers or not. I was wondering that too. Oh yeah. I haven't actually verified it, but allegedly DB, Diligent, I can never say the other, was it Desanin? Diligent Desanin. What the fuck kind of name is that? Anyway, I heard that he was a furry a while ago, and I was saying that he was a furry felon, and apparently it has actually come out, like somebody, like for real world, posted that Diligent is a furry. I'm glad you came too, IFE. This live, like, I didn't put up, like, any notice at all. Like, I literally just, like, hit the go live button. I didn't mean to do that, but it was kind of last minute, and I didn't even put up, you know, like, normally I put it up at least, like, an hour or so ahead of time. I try to do, like, more notice, but I at least like to give an hour or two notice. But this one was like for real. All right, we're just going live like right now. So, but yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to check out Nick's one live from earlier and see what was going on. I don't get any notifications from YouTube, like none, about people going live, people dropping new videos. It's mine is just, it's not biased, it's just non-existent. I don't get, like, the channels that I mod, I just have to remember. Luckily, like, Poppin' Politics and Christian Conservative is on a regular schedule, and like the other ones, like LLC and stuff, I just check. Like, if I'm not doing anything, I check, and I check to see if, because LLC at least puts up, you know, the thing to let you know that she's going live. So I check to see if she's going live. And this live was super last minute, and I haven't actually shared it with the mods yet, but I did add the Cash App link to the channel. I made a video about why I added the Cash App link. I haven't dropped it in the chat because I don't even have it. Like, I didn't even grab it. But there is a Cash App link in my bio now. if you want to throw me $1 or $2 tip now and then or whatever, it's completely voluntary. Just shouting that out. I almost totally forgot about it. But I did, there is a video about why I put it up, if you want to go watch that. That's up there. But I just wanted to come on, you know, do something, have some activity on the channel, show that Candace is coping in line, as always. But yes, love LLC. That's the only good thing about all this Candace crap is, you know, that we found, all of us found each other and we found like a really great group of channels. So thank you, Samurai. I appreciate it. Thank you to Jujubee and Samurai for being my mods, holding down the very, very busy chat. And thank you to everybody who showed up. You know, C-Star and IFB. Oh, Francisca, I did not mean to forget about you. You're just not on the screen in front of my face, and my brain sucks. But mods, GGB, Samurai, and Francisca, holding down the chat at the S-Files. Alright, guys, so anyways, I will let you go. You guys stay safe out there. God bless you. Whatever you're going through, you'll get through it. Life's tough, but we'll all get through it. And I will see you again soon. Remember to hit the like button, because the cultists always hit the dislike button. And I will catch you again very soon. I love you guys.